Abigail, do you have a moment?
Oh, Susan. Sorry, I'm a bit busy right now. Can we do this later?
No. Why should I have to adjust to your schedule?
Then don't ask if I have a moment. Just get to the point from the start.
There you go, talking back again. Such a shameless woman.
Yeah, so what do you need?
We're planning a family trip, and you're going to handle all the reservations.
You're kidding. Why do I have to take care of that?
Obviously, because you're the daughter-in-law.
Your passive-aggressive texts are as delightful as ever. Looks like I need to brace myself.
You're so annoying. All you need to say is yes.
Yes.
Once is enough.
You're the one who told me to say it.
You really are an insolent woman. Are you saying you can't follow what I say?
It's more like I don't want to follow, or it's not worth following.
I have something important to discuss. Listen seriously.
What is it?
Since Charles is retired now, I think we should go abroad to celebrate.
Please, go ahead and pamper him all you want. Bye!
Hold on, I'm not done yet.
Is this going to take long? I'm in the middle of cutting an avocado.
It feels a bit lonely with just the two of us old folks. So we want to invite you guys, Lisa and her family. You should be thrilled.
And where exactly are we going?
I was thinking of somewhere like Spain.
Oh, that sounds lovely. So with Lisa's family joining, there will be a total of 7 people. Quite a large group.
Exactly, but it'll be lively, don't you think?
Are we splitting the cost?
Of course, we'll cover it.
Wow, lucky us. But are you really going to pay for everything? Honestly, it's hard to believe, considering how frugal you usually are.
How am I frugal?
Every time we go out to eat, you conveniently forget your wallet and expect me to pay. Just last week, when we were shopping, you claimed your credit card was near its limit and tried to get me to pay with mine.
Oh, shut up. I'm planning to spend money on this trip. Since we're the ones inviting you, Charles and I will cover all the expenses. So don't worry. Once we get there, you're free to do your own thing. Take some time to relax with James.
What's gotten into you? I can't believe you're being so nice to me. It's as likely as a flamingo doing a backflip.
I have no intention of arguing with you all the way in Spain. I just want to enjoy some delicious paella, relax on the beach, and sip wine while watching flamenco. I want to have a lovely time there.
Susan!
What?
You finally become human.
Excuse me?
You used to be nothing but a monster who tormented me, but to see you grow this much? I'm genuinely moved.
When did I ever torment you?
You've been doing it ever since I married James. At my wedding, you looked at me in my dress, snorted, and said a country girl doesn't suit a dress like that. You even made snide remarks to my parents, like living in the middle of nowhere really makes people out of touch with the current trends. You criticize my cooking every time, calling it unsophisticated, and you constantly nitpick everything from my cleaning to my laundry, saying it's not the way things are done in your family.
That's just me educating you to become a proper wife.
That isn't education, it's bullying. But well, it's been 3 years since we got married, so I'm used to it now. I've learned to just ignore your unreasonable demands.
What's unreasonable about it? You're so sarcastic. I'm not taking you on the trip after all.
No, wait, please.
If you want to go, you'll handle the flight and hotel reservations.
No, that's too much for me to handle. Since you're the one who wants to pamper Charles, wouldn't it feel more satisfying if you did it yourself?
I'm not looking for that. I just want to take it easy.
Then why not have Lisa do it?
Why should I bother her when I have you?
Do you have some illness that requires you to constantly boss me around?
What?
You're like a shark that has to keep moving or it can't survive. Got it. I'll change your name in my contacts to Shark.
Hey, cut it out!
Do you know how much this trip is going to cost?
Don't worry about the money. Charles and I will fly business class and you guys will be in economy.
Oh, that's not fair.
It's a trip to pamper Charles, so this is only natural.
Well, I suppose that does keep the expenses down. I guess I'll have to accept it.
You want to fly business? That's 100 years too soon.
So how would you like to pay for it?
Just pay up front. I'll reimburse you when we get back.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll pay you back when his retirement money comes in. I've never borrowed money from you before, have I?
Well, that's true.
And pick out the sightseeing spots too. I want to make sure we make the most of the trip.
Do it yourself.
What?
Oh, it seems my phone's broken.
You'd better get it fixed before we go on the trip. It'll be a hassle if it doesn't work.
Sure thing.
Where are you, Abigail?
Sorry, I'm actually in the airport restroom right now. Is something wrong?
I need a little favor. I realized I left an important necklace at home that I wanted to bring with me. Could you go back and get it for me?
The necklace? Is it really necessary for the trip?
Without it, I won't be able to enjoy the elegance of the Spanish nights.
But if I go back home now, I won't make it back in time for the flight.
Don't worry. They just announced it's delayed by 2 hours due to some maintenance issues.
Oh no, by 2 hours? But I didn't hear any announcement like that.
You might have missed it while you were in the restroom. I'm sure they said it.
In that case, shouldn't you be the one to go back and get it?
Are you seriously suggesting an old woman to run around? You're much younger, so you should do it for me. We're covering the costs of this trip, after all. The least you can do is fetch it for me, right?
All right, Susan. Where exactly is the necklace?
It should be in the top drawer of the living room cabinet.
Got it. I'll go as quickly as I can.
Thank you, Abigail. You're so reliable.
Susan, I just arrived at the airport. Where is everyone?
Oh my, Abigail. It's a family trip and you're so late. What happened?
What?
We're about to board now. Well, you won't make it in time, even if you come right away.
Wait a minute. You said the flight was delayed by 2 hours for maintenance. That's why I went back to the house to get your necklace.
Gotcha.
What?
There was no maintenance delay. The flight's leaving on time.
You tricked me.
How does it feel to be left stranded at the airport? We don't need you on this family trip, so stay home. Why don't you clean the house while we're gone?
What about James? Isn't he worried about me?
Not at all. He's happy it's just the 4 of us without you or Lisa's husband.
Wait, even Noah? What about their son?
I left him behind too, using the same trick. You can't enjoy sightseeing with a kid around. Noah's with him, so they'll be fine.
Oh, I think I see them.
There you go. Why don't you head back with them?
Poor them. Even from afar, I can see they're lost and devastated.
I don't want to worry about anyone else during the trip, and that includes you.
Like you've ever worried about anyone else?
Excuse me?
I don't care about myself, but at least take them with you. The boy's crying. He was really looking forward to it.
See, that's exactly why I didn't want to bring him. Kids cry over everything, and it's hassle on a trip.
And who made him cry?
Oh dear, I have your tickets, don't I? Too bad. You'll be staying behind. Use this time to make sure the house is spotless by the time we return.
So did you plan this from the start when you asked me to make the reservations?
Oh, don't be silly. It just worked out this way.
You never intended to take that necklace on the trip, did you?
Of course not. It would have just been in the way.
Unbelievable. And Lisa isn't upset? Leaving her son behind while she's overseas? I can't imagine she's enjoying herself.
Not at all. In fact, she's thrilled to dump the kid on her husband and enjoy the trip without them.
Like mother, like daughter.
Call us a positive thinking family.
I just met up with Noah. The boy's still crying. He's been looking forward to this trip for days. It's his first time flying too. Doesn't that bother you at all?
Kids cry. Leave him alone and he'll stop eventually. You wouldn't understand since you've never had any.
You're right. Well, we'll be taking it easy at home then.
Feel free. Do as you like. Hola. How's it going, Abigail? Oops, I mean, ¿cómo estás?
Ugh.
We've arrived in Spain. I drank so much sangria on the plane that I'm totally tipsy now.
If you could just fall into the Mediterranean while drunk, I'm sure the fish would appreciate it.
I'm not interested in the whining of someone who got left behind.
It's the middle of the night here, and I'm exhausted from all the fun, so give me a break.
Oh, did you go somewhere?
I went to the Dreamland with Noah and his son to cheer them up.
Enjoying a fake castle, are you? We get to see real ones here.
Maybe you'll get skewered on one of those palace spires.
I'm in such a good mood right now that no amount of your rudeness can bother me.
Oh, that's nice to hear. I'm glad you're having fun. Makes all the bookings I did worth it.
Your sarcasm doesn't annoy me. Just being here makes me feel at peace.
Oh, really? So you don't mind if I say anything, right?
Go ahead.
You're an idiot.
That's nothing.
You're ugly and fat.
Still not bothered.
Boring. I'm going to sleep. Hope you managed to get back home safely.
Of course I will.
One quick question, though. How much cash did you bring?
Since you paid for the flights and hotels, I've got about $2,000 in cash. The rest will go on the family card you gave to James.
Wee, too bad for you. I canceled the card. How does it feel, huh? How does it feel to be betrayed?
Wait, what are you talking about? Canceled?
It takes a moment to sink in, doesn't it? Yeah, I get it. And that feeling of being completely stunned.
What did you do?
It was cheaper to book round-trip tickets, but you didn't want to be tied down to a schedule. You insisted on one-way tickets, right?
That's true, but...
So I only booked one-way flights.
What?
And I canceled the hotel you were about to check into.
Why did you do that?
James's credit card is canceled too.
Why would you do something so terrible?
He messaged me from the plane saying, I'll bring you some souvenirs, so cheer up. That was the last straw. I was furious.
But still...
Noah and I could have taken the flight if we really wanted to, but I decided I'd rather stay behind than go on a trip with you.
Really?
And the message Lisa sent to him was the icing on the cake. She said, think of it as doing your duty as a husband. Ugh, unbelievable.
Oh, come on, not a big deal.
You know, if you wanted a trip just with your blood relatives, you should have said so from the start. Why did you have to abandon us at the airport and traumatize your grandson in the process?
Alright, fine. I'll take you guys somewhere else next time, so just rebook everything.
I'll never go on any trip with you. Both Noah and I have had enough. We've decided to get divorced.
Divorce? Just because of this?
We've been treated like outsiders in this family. How can we possibly stay a part of it after this?
Come on, let's just get along.
You got some nerve saying that now.
Neither Charles nor I have a credit card. We're cash-only people. James was our only hope.
I'm sure Lisa has a credit card.
She only brought one with a limit of $1,000 because she was afraid of theft.
Well, if you find some cheap tickets, you might just be able to scrape by.
Wait a minute. You're telling us to go home without even having done any sightseeing?
But you don't have money for a hotel, right?
That's why I'm asking you for help.
And I asked you too, didn't I? To take your grandson with you.
Well...
You ignore my requests, but expect me to cater to yours? Do you really think that's how the world works?
Abigail, dear, I see now that I was wrong. I've acted high and mighty just because I was born a few decades earlier and I've said terrible things.
Uh-huh.
From now on, I'll turn over a new leaf and treat you like a real family.
Nope, saying it nicely doesn't change a thing.
Then what am I supposed to do?
I don't care.
I can't believe this. We came all the way here and now you're telling us to go back right away?
Well, even if you do, you'll be walking into a real mess.
What do you mean?
I didn't say anything because I figured it was only a matter of time before you found out. But since it seems like the perfect moment, I'll spill the beans.
You're scaring me.
Charles plans to take his retirement money and run off with another woman.
No way!
I was at a business dinner the other day at one of those places with private rooms. But you know, it's just dividers, so you can hear everything from the next room.
And?
I heard a voice that sounded familiar, so I peeked through the gap. And sure enough, it was Charles.
No!
I couldn't focus on the dinner anymore. I was all ears. And guess what? He was discussing what to do with his retirement money with a younger woman.
That can't be!
He was saying stuff like he was going to leave you, the old witch, and dedicate the rest of his life to his sweet Amy. It was nauseating.
That's a lie! He'd never leave me. He always listens to what I say.
That's just because he was fed up with your tyranny. Maybe he's been enduring it all this time just waiting for a chance to leave you. Did you always put him down, calling him a worthless low earner? I heard you took all of his paychecks and only gave him a tiny allowance.
I was just making sure he didn't waste money. It's true he didn't earn much.
But he worked hard every day, and if all he heard were complaints, it's no wonder he got tired of it. Then he met Amy, who was young enough to be his daughter, and he got infatuated with her. You've taken all his earnings up until now, so maybe he just wanted to use his retirement money for something he actually cares about.
That's awful! We've been married for decades!
But he's human too. Isn't he there with you? Why don't you ask him yourself?
I did!
And what did he say?
He said he came on this trip thinking it would be the last one. He asked me for a divorce because he loves Amy.
See? I told you so.
What is this?
It's priceless. That's what it is.
Do I really deserve this? I tried my best as a mother and a wife.
Everyone does. The problem is that you're rotten inside, so in the end, nothing's left.
But...
And your son and daughter are going to hate you too. Don't forget that they agreed to everything and blame it all on you. They're going to turn on you, that's for sure.
They're already doing that.
When you live only for yourself, life has a way of making sure you get what's coming.
I'll send the 3 of them back home, but I want to stay here and heal my wounds. So lend me some money.
Who cares about your wounds? The kids are the ones who'll be hurt the most, confused by their new lives. Don't think you're the only one suffering.
I was cheated on. I can't stop crying. It's unbearable.
It's just dirty tears. Let them flow.
Oh, you're heartless.
Until you find a cheap ticket, you can't go home. Game on.
No! I came all the way to Spain for this?
Susan desperately tried to stay in Spain. But James and Lisa convinced her that she couldn't just camp out on the streets. Somehow, they managed to secure tickets for all 4 of them to return home. Upon their return, Susan reportedly begged Charles not to go through with a divorce, but his mind was made up. They ended up divorcing. Although she received alimony, I made sure to bill her for the airfare I had paid for, so her alimony quickly ran out. Now she's working part-time at a supermarket to make ends meet. I've heard she's struggling to learn the job and constantly getting scolded by her boss. But I hope this experience helps her straighten out her twisted character. Both Noah and I have finalized our divorces too. Even after that, James kept sending me messages like he was lonely, living alone, and he wanted to get back together. But I found them nothing but annoying, so I blocked him. He should have just moved in with Susan. But it seems their relationship has soured since the Spain trip. Noah has custody of his son, and they're now living with his parents. The son has always been closer to his dad, so it seems he's adjusted well, which is a relief. As for Lisa, she's taken up a sketchy job to pay child support. The family has completely fallen apart, but I feel a sense of closure. One day, I'm definitely going to take my revenge on that missed trip to Spain.